Good morning to all of you and thank you so much for coming. So, according to my notes, you haven't seen each other for 8 years.
Wow, 8 years, yeah, that's a hell of a long time. I mean, as awkward as this feels, I'm confident we can get through this and come out of it okay.
Yeah, I agree. We're here, so it's got to mean something.
I'm actually surprised that you are here, Sebastian. I really sincerely am.
Sorry, what did you say?
I tried to contact Chris, but obviously he's a no-show.
I don't blame him.
Well, it's typical of him not to be here.
Come on, Sebastian, let's try and make this work, yeah?
Just so I can come up to speed with who is who and what's what, could you please tell me what your names are and your ages so I know what position in the family you are?
I'm Sebastian. I'm 37.
Okay, so I'm Julie, I'm 36.
And I'm Jeremy, and I'm 32. And Chris, well, he's 32 as well.
Oh, twins.
Half brothers, different mother.
Right, okay. And I detect an accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's always had that, we don't know why.
I've heard of that happening.
Yeah, it's a bit strange, but apparently it is a thing.
Okay, so 3 of you are full siblings and Chris is your half sibling.
Yeah, but we've never thought of him as a half-brother. We just
Okay.
think of him as a brother. It doesn't make any difference to us at all.
Yeah, but to be honest, he's so different to us.
Different?
Yeah, like, he's a completely different personality.
Actually, you gave him a different personality.
The thing is that Chris and Sebastian never bonded.
Yeah, but Julie, you always babied him so much.
No, I just felt sad for him. I mean, he lost his mum to cancer at a young age.
And your lack of empathy for him was actually pretty cruel.
Okay, here we go. After all these years, you still got to blame me for Chris going off the rails, right?
Okay, look, I know you've all got a story to tell and I'm here to listen to you all, okay? Did you used to play together as kids?
Yeah, we used to play hide and seek and we'd ride our bikes in the street and play cricket with the other kids. We all got along really well.
Right, so what do you think's changed?
It's hard to say. We all used to get
Look,
along.
I really never liked the kid. He used to always grate on my nerves. He was a little baby and no one taught him how to grow up. Look, I'm really glad he's not here.
And nothing has changed.
Well, I'm allowed to talk.
Okay, look, I think we need to set up some ground rules, okay? I really want everybody to feel safe and comfortable to speak their minds and get everything off their chest, okay? How about we do this? What if we let the person talking get it all out, finish what they're saying, we will listen, be non-judgmental, and I will try to guide these sessions in a way where you won't feel pounced on by others. How does that sound?
That sounds great. We've done enough arguing to last a lifetime.
Okay, so what if we go around the room and you tell me one thing that you really miss doing when you were little that you used to do together?
We used to love watching videos and we'd sit on the couch and eat popcorn and we'd laugh at each other's jump scares and then we'd just talk about the movie afterwards.
Yeah, playing Legos on a Sunday. Yeah, we used to always also role play and watch cartoons together.
I used to love that game we used to play when we were on road trips. We'd be in the back of the car counting how many cows we could see out the window.
Yeah, and actually then in our teenage years we used to count how many hot girls we could see as well.
Yeah, that's when we discovered our taste in women. Oh, and in Julie's case, men.
Okay, so it wasn't all bad, right? What I hear you saying is that you enjoyed spending time together in a relaxed setting, right?
Yeah.
So why do you think Chris isn't here?
Busy, maybe?
Yeah.
Fear that you'd hate on him, maybe, Sebastian?
Stop trying to blame this all on me.
Okay, would you like me to invite Chris to these sessions? I can invite him personally.
You would do that?
Yeah, absolutely. And if he says no, I will organise one-on-one sessions with him and edge him in that way.
Yeah, good luck.
Okay, homework.
Homework.
What I would like you to do is describe yourselves in 3 words. Let's say 2 words to describe your strengths and 1 word to describe something that you feel you need to work on.
Sounds easy enough.
And
I mean,
good.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
So in the meantime, I'll try to make contact with Chris.
thank you.
So, as I said, I did try and contact him and I left a message on the answering machine, but unfortunately I didn't get a call back.
I'm a little disappointed. I really miss Chris, to be honest. I worry for him. Last time I saw him, he didn't look good, and at that time in my life, I didn't know what depression was, but now I think that's what he had.
No, I disagree. Chris has always been a great actor, and Julie, you taught him so well. And Jeremy, you were so well manipulated by him.
What the hell are you going on about?
You seriously need to wake up. The both of you, you really need to wake up. You used to run around for him all the time. You both used to do it.
What world are you living in?
The world of reality. You both used to do it. You both used to run around for him.
I think you just didn't like him and you felt a little jealous of our attention.
Jealous? As if. Oh.
Okay, guys, look, you're really giving me a good idea on the dynamics of your sibling relationship. Last week I gave you homework. Did you manage to do it? Oh, good. Okay. So the task was to describe yourselves in 3 words, 2 strengths and 1 thing you would like to work on. So today I've actually brought in a little whiteboard and I'd like you to share what your words are and we'll do a little activity after, okay? So who would like to go first?
I will.
Okay.
Okay, so strengths. To be honest, I didn't find this easy. I've never stopped to think about 3 words to describe myself. Strengths, I'm loving, optimistic, and the thing I need to work on is self-confidence.
Okay. Sebastian?
Okay. My strengths is that I'm truthful, I'm realistic, and the thing I need to work on, I suppose, is my friendliness.
And mine are that I am thrifty with money, I'm hardworking, and then the thing I need to work on is the fact that I'm always far too quick to trust people.
Okay. So is there anything on this board that you would like to change? No? Okay. Now, because Chris isn't here, there's still a way that we can include him in the sessions. All right? You've got 2 choices. One choice is you can, together as a group, find 3 words to describe him, or we leave him off the board altogether. It's up to you.
Add him.
Keep him off. He hasn't bothered coming. Why should he be on the board?
Add him on.
Yeah, add him.
And things haven't changed.
Why do you say that, Sebastian?
They always gang up on me. It always happens.
Sebastian, I'm sorry you feel that way. It's not how it is. We just want Chris to be included and this feels like the best way.
Fine, whatever. I don't care. Go on.
Okay, so 3 words to describe Chris.
Empathetic.
He's always got your back.
So he's loyal?
Yeah, loyal.
He's high maintenance. That's his negative trait.
Is that how you want me to write it on the board?
He's very needy, yes.
He left because he never felt fully loved by us.
Maybe by me, but you guys, I call bullshit.
Okay, look. It's obvious that you've got something to say, so why not just say it?
Look, I do have something to say. You 2 used to run around him all the time and not think about the family. It was always about Chris. Forget it.
No, please go on, Sebastian.
No, it's like I didn't belong. Like, I'm the oldest. I'm the one that's meant to be the control. And you guys didn't follow it.
Oh my God, this makes so much sense. Sebastian, you didn't think we looked up to you? We totally looked up to you. But I just thought you were okay and Chris needed our help.
Interesting.
Jeremy?
Sebastian, you were always so controlling. You were a bully. And you weren't just mean to us, you were mean to friends as well. I feel like I spent pretty much my whole childhood protecting Chris from you. You were abusive.
You know what? I'm done. I've had enough of this for today. I'm sorry, Adele. These people don't want anything resolved. I'm done.
Okay, look, please, Sebastian, please sit down. I know this is really difficult for you, and look, I know you can get through this. Would you like some water?
Nah.
I'd like to draw your attention back to the board, okay? So everybody except for Julie, please answer this question. I want you to put yourself in her shoes. Why do you think she put these words up?
Julie always just had a lot of love to give. Kisses, hugs, notes in our lunch. She was always so affectionate and was never embarrassed to show it.
Okay, Sebastian?
Optimistic because she put this thing together. I think she still has hope for us.
She always put things together. She was the one that always encouraged us. In fact, it was Julie that I always looked up to. Whereas Sebastian, he just always been trying to compete.
Oh, compete, eh? You know what? Look, I'm done. I've had enough of this. I'm sorry, Adele. I'm really done. I'm over this. 8 years can be the rest of my life. I don't care. I'm done.
Or you could sit back down and complete this like a man.
Please, boys, let's make this safe for everybody.
Please sit down, boys.
Get out of my way.
I said, get out of my fucking way!
I'm fine. I'm alright, just give me a second.
Last week, the session ended quite aggressively, leaving people feeling upset and possibly even unsafe. I do understand that talking about your feelings in front of people you're having trouble with can feel quite difficult, and especially hearing what they've got to say about you can feel unbearable. But please remember that this is a phase of counselling, and sometimes things get worse before they get better. Sebastian, thank you so much for returning back to counselling. Let's all remember to keep this safe and comfortable for everyone, okay? And if things get too much, just let me know and we'll call for a timeout.
I'd just like to make an apology to Julie and Jeremy for my behaviour last week. I was just having a bad week and things just got a bit out of hand. So guys, I'm sorry. And to you too, Adele, I apologise.
Thank you for apologising.
Apology accepted. I've had a bit of a think since last week, and I realised that if Sebastian wasn't here today, I'd be quite disappointed. I've also admitted to myself that I really do want us to be how we used to. I want us to have a happy Christmas. And it'd be good if Chris was here.
Well, I managed to contact Chris, and I'm happy to report that I had a one-on-one session with him throughout the week. Unfortunately, he wasn't ready to come to this session today. However, we did have a really good talk.
That's really good to hear.
But before we get on to that, I'd like to complete the activity we started doing last week. So last week we ended the discussion talking about Julie's affection towards others. Julie, is it safe to say that you're the peacemaker?
Yes, absolutely. I used to worry so much about my brothers when they fought. And to be honest, after last week's session, I've had heightened anxiety all week. I was scared that everyone wouldn't want to persevere with this, and I felt guilty because I should have calmed Sebastian down.
That's just not your job, Julie. You're not our mother.
Yeah, but she is always the one that tries to smooth things over. I mean, she called us here for this. You and I would never have done that.
So you became the peacemaker, the fixer of family issues.
Yeah, well, I did used to take everything on and I'd spend hours working out how I could make things better. But when we split up, I felt like I should have done more, that it was my fault.
Julie, you can't control our behaviour. It's not your fault.
Thank you for saying that. I wanted to contact you earlier, but I was too scared. I felt like I'd let you down and I didn't want to call.
No, that's that whole lack of self-belief thing. The thing that you wrote down as your weakness last week.
Thank you for your valuable input, Jeremy. So, Julie, why do you think you developed the belief that you needed to be peacemaker and keep things together?
Well, Mum was working a lot, and so Dad was at home, but he wasn't really at home. He wouldn't really spend time with us, and he didn't get things done at home that needed to be done. So, I mean, that's why Mum left him.
She always said she felt like a single mother. Dad wasn't really there for any of us.
And then she met Chris's dad, and because they'd known each other for years, the relationship progressed quickly.
Looking back on it, I really saw Julie as my second mum. She was more present, and maybe we put that on her.
What was your earliest memory of caring about your brothers like a mother?
It was probably when Jeremy hit a ball over the fence and he grabbed a broomstick to try and get the ball closer to the fence, and he fell forward and the broomstick split his head open.
Yeah, I was about 6, so Julie would have been 11.
Yeah, I had to try and keep things together, so I grabbed a wet rag and I put it on his head, and he kept trying to fall asleep and I had to keep him awake. My panic levels were so high.
Where was Mum?
I think she'd gone to the milk bar. She'd probably only gone 10 minutes. Yeah, and she'd told me to look after the boys while she was gone.
So even though you were 11, it sounds like you were treated a lot older.
She was there physically and emotionally for us. I was much more immature. She just took on that motherly role naturally.
Which sounds like the reason why you cared about Chris so much.
Well, his mother died and he was so sad about it. And I was really sad too, even though I didn't know her.
So, Julie, if you were so busy providing support physically and emotionally for your brothers, who was there to support you?
Well, to be honest, I got comfort from caring about them, and they really valued me and treated me well.
Now that I think about it, Mum never really showed you any affection.
I just wanted to give them love and attention, but I never felt like I did enough for them.
Julie, but you did. Too much. And maybe sometimes we just took it for granted.
So, Julie, would it be accurate to say that you craved your mother's attention so much that you filled the void by looking after your brothers?
Yeah, I'd say that's really accurate.
Let's move to you, Sebastian. So your words were realistic, truthful, and the thing you wanted to work on was being more friendly. Julie, why do you think Sebastian said realistic?
Oh, actually, I've given this some thought because I found it really interesting. I think that I overcompensated for my brothers because I wanted them to feel good about things.
Okay, how did that work?
I would feel I need to give people a more realistic view of what was really going on.
Which I guess ties into being truthful.
And how did this work?
When I was little, I got a lot of mixed messages. So one person would tell me everything was fine, another person would tell me that it wasn't. It was confusing.
I would feel like I need to protect my siblings from feeling shocked.
Could you elaborate on that?
Well, if people say everything's okay and they're not, then people get shocked. That's way worse.
So how did you develop that belief?
Well, Mum and Dad, I never heard them argue. I thought they were okay. We thought they were okay, and then suddenly out of nowhere, bang, they got divorced. Out of nowhere. At least arguments would have warned us that everything was not okay.
Which is why you're straight down the line with people.
But your way wasn't great either, Sebastian. You don't care about people.
You sure about that? It sounds to me like Sebastian can be easily misunderstood. Sebastian is truthful and realistic with people, so they don't feel the same hurt and shock he felt when your mother announced that she was getting divorced. He actually really does care.
Hang on a minute. I think that he's truthful and straight down the line because he doesn't want people to be misled.
Correct. That's Sebastian's way of protecting you and caring about all of you.
This makes sense.
How does this fit in with his poor treatment of Chris?
Sebastian, you said you never bonded with Chris.
Correct. I felt like he was kind of internally weak. Like, so needy. It was kind of annoying. Took all the attention from us. His mum died. I understand, but I felt like my dad died too. Because after the divorce, we never really saw him that much anymore. Yet everyone fussed over Chris. What about me? Us?
You know, when I had a session with Chris, he told me that he really did look up to you. And he really did want you to love him. And the more that you rejected him, the more he tried to get your attention. He said one of the reasons why he left is because he knew you'd never like him.
He looked up to me.
You never noticed. I did.
I absolutely did. He used to say things like, when I'm big like Sebastian, or let's see what Sebastian thinks.
I had no idea. I didn't even click.
You're up next, Jeremy. So your words were thrifty, very hardworking, and the thing that you wanted to work on was not being so trusting of others.
I remember when we were little, I caught Jeremy looking at the ground at the park.
Stop! Stop it! Stop it, Sebastian! You want to hit?
Hey Julie, hit these.
Stop it. I said stop it. Stop Stop it, Sebastian!
So what are you doing anyway?
Looking for money
Why?
for Dad.
Yeah, I remember that.
He said if he saved enough money, then Dad would come home.
I just had it in my mind that all of Dad's issues came from money. He was always talking about how he couldn't save enough money. And so I thought that if I could help him, then maybe that would bring him back. He was always saying that money.
Goes to the kids. Yeah, I remember that.
So you tried to buy your dad.
I guess so.
And in the process, he learnt the life skill of saving money.
I work hard because nothing has ever come easy for me. I work hard so that I won't fail. And if I don't fail, then I'll always have a good job and enough money.
Well, you learn a good skill in a sad sort of way.
Julie, why do you think Jeremy said he has to learn how to not be so trusting?
Actually, Adele, can I take this one?
Yeah, sure, Sebastian.
Everyone he always got close to just went away.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. Dad, Mum disconnected from us. Best friends moved away.
My siblings disappeared.
So you developed the belief that it was unsafe to develop relationships with people because they're just going to leave anyway.
Yeah, I just wanted it to be less painful. I've missed you all. I just got given it. Like,
Oh, really?
I never knew I was a cat person.
Oh, there you go.
Always thought
What colour is it?
Grey with some black lines.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, where's it?
Hey, how you going?
Hey! How are you? Good to see
See
you.
ya.
I was doing
Whoa, what's up?
What?
Counting cows.
Guys, you want to head in?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Yeah, let's go.
Last week I felt was a very important one because we learnt the deeper reasons why you've all developed your own belief systems and act in a certain way. Today we're going to concentrate a lot on your brother Chris. Now I did manage to have another meeting with him and I have a much bigger insight on how he's feeling.
I really wish he would come. I've sent him texts.
Well, I did give him something to think about before I left him earlier this week, and I really do hope he considers it. So, the 3 words that you used to describe Chris has been loyal, empathetic, and needy. So, who would like to go first?
So, I think he was so empathetic and loyal because his dad left at such a young age. He took on board that pain and he just never wanted anyone else to have to feel this.
He always said he had a sick feeling, like a heavy feeling in his tummy and chest, and I didn't understand it at the time, but I think he suffered depression.
That may be why he was so needy.
Sounds like Chris needed a lot of nurturing. Why do you think this was the case?
Maybe because his mum died. Oh my God. Chris.
Approval on all.
Came. It's complete now.
Hey, good to see you.
You've grown a bit.
Hey,
Really? After all these years?
I'm sorry, I just wasn't expecting you to come.
Here, let me get you a chair. There you go, Chris.
I'm stoked you're here.
Chris, thanks for coming.
I was pretty nervous about coming.
I imagine you would have been. I know how hard this is for you. So well done for your bravery.
I almost didn't come.
Well, I'm glad you did. Let's get started, guys. So, Chris, over the past few weeks, your brothers and sister were asked to describe themselves in 3 words. So, 2 words to describe a strength and 1 word to describe something they'd like to work on. Now, because you haven't been here, they've come up with their own 3 words to describe you. Would you like to hear what those words are, or do you want to come up with your own?
Yeah, I'd like to hear how they describe me.
So, empathetic, loyal, and needy.
That's interesting. Well, I'm not needy anymore. I live alone. Don't really have any friends. I don't have much to do with people. So hence why it was hard for me to come here today. Empathetic and loyal. Well, I guess I'm loyal to my boss. But empathetic. I don't really care for people anymore, and there's no one to be empathetic to.
You don't have friends?
Well, there's no point. Like, I'm not the kind of person people learn to like.
People as in me. Chris, you've missed a fair bit. I actually have better insight into how you, me, and how I treated you. Chris, look, I'm so sorry for what I did to you. You just didn't deserve that. I didn't know. I didn't understand. No one told me.
Told you what?
You really have missed out on quite a bit.
Chris, how would you describe yourself in 3 words?
Lonely. Empty. I don't know, just nothing.
That's so sad. Well, Chris, that's not how we see you.
Well, I'm not the same person you once knew.
But there was nothing wrong with the person that you were all those years ago. The problem was us.
Doesn't really matter.
Yes, Chris, it does.
It really does.
Hold on, guys. I caused this. I need to fix this. Chris, look, I'm so sorry for the way I treated you when we were kids. Actually, the way I treated you, I had you all wrong. I didn't know. I didn't understand how my actions would affect you. What you thought of me.
My big brother. I strived to be like you. But the more I tried, the more I failed.
Chris, what was it about Sebastian that made you want to be like him?
Sebastian was big and strong. None of the kids at school would dare mess with him. They were scared of him, but they liked him. There was that balance. I guess that's why I wanted to be like him.
But you never needed to try to be like Sebastian.
Why was it important to you that kids were scared of you?
Let's just say kids weren't that nice to me at school.
Wait, what?
What do you mean?
That doesn't really matter. That was then, this is now.
Chris, I know it's easier to shut down when we talk about topics that hurt us, but please continue. It'll give us a much bigger insight on what your journey has been.
Wait, Yeah, I remember a time when we were at school. You're in year 7. At lunchtime. I found you behind the shed. You had a red mark on your cheek.
Jennifer, catch! Don't touch my ball, loser.
What are you doing here?
Nothing.
It's on your face.
Oh, I just fell.
You told me you fell.
Yeah. Fell onto a kid's fist. I think his name was Jonathan.
You were being picked on.
Wait, so you were being bullied and none of us noticed?
No, how could we not notice?
Was this an ongoing event?
Pretty much.
So while you were being bullied at school, you came home just to be bullied by me as well. Chris, I'm so sorry. I need time out.
Chris, Sebastian has had a lot to absorb over the past few weeks. He had no idea how much you looked up to him. And I think right now he's experiencing an array of emotions, and one of those would be guilt.
We've pieced together a lot of things recently, and Sebastian's opinion of you has changed a lot.
Opinion of me.
Let's just say there are a lot of things that Sebastian didn't used to understand about you, but now he does.
How about we have a 10-minute break? Would you like to have a cup of tea or coffee? Just go downstairs. Let's have a bit of a think and come back upstairs, okay? Okay.
Hey.
Chris. I'm so sorry. Truly am.
You have nothing to be sorry about.
I'm so sorry I treated you so poorly. I didn't know you were being bullied at school. I should have protected you. Yet, I made your life a misery. You didn't deserve that. You've already been through so much.
You know what? We're still young enough to reconnect, if that's what you want.
Yeah, I do.
Great. Should we go back up?
I've got so much I need to tell you. But yeah, let's get back up there.